I'll be right with you guys. Just gotta move my camera around. Doesn't look like, oh, now it's wicked crooked. Oh, even worse. Hold on just a second. We're getting there. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Okay, I think that's better. I'm gonna just move to the right a little bit. Okay. All right. Sorry I'm a little bit late. Just lots of things going on. So let's see who's on. Let us know where you're watching from. Maybe what's your favorite celebration item, and maybe your favorite 2022, 2024 in color, because I'm going to be working with the new in colors. All right, looks like Carla's on. And we'll just give it just a couple more, another minute or two, and then we'll get started. I'm going to be teaching, kind of going over my class with Glad We're Friends. It's a new stamp set that I have in my craft room, and I also have some new dies that I'll be using as well. So I hope you guys had a great day, great week. Today's my Friday. I have Fridays off, so I'm so happy. For me, it's TGIF Friday, so I hope it's the same for you. But if not, you'll still have a great day tomorrow as well, and a fabulous weekend. So looks like Teresa's on. Hey, Teresa, how's it going? Okay, so I'm going to go over a little bit of news first. So let's see. I've got celebration. I also have my July card club to go over. And then we'll be making, I think 3 of these cards, depends on how it goes, because they're going to be doing some using my Stampin' Blends. So we'll see. I'm not the fastest coloring person out there, but I try to get it done as quick as I can. All right, so for my customers, celebration, we are in celebration. So that is, you can, on every $50 increment, you can receive a free celebration item. That's usually stamp sets, paper. The paper's gorgeous. You guys have seen me use it a little bit. I won't be using it tonight, but I will be using it in my next craft fair video, because during celebration, we get the beautiful paper for free, so that doesn't cost you anything. And you make more of a profit with your craft fair items if you use celebration products. So there is one thing that's sold out, unfortunately, and that is the pool party and soft seafoam cards and envelopes. That was a huge hit with everyone, demonstrators and customers alike. So we're going to be saying it's sold out for that. And I'm not sure if they'll be replacing it or not, but we'll have to wait and see. All right, so for my customers, celebration, it goes through July 1st to the August 31st here, and I think you can see it. So you can earn a free spot to my special event where we're going to be making 4 cards. We'll have some snacks and enjoy a free gift from me. So if you're long distance from me, snacks will be sent to your mailbox with your kits. I did that last year. And for all I believe, everything made it and nothing leaked or anything like that. So I didn't hear anything bad that, sometimes this time of year, chocolate melts because it's so hot, especially in the South and the West. And actually in Vermont too, it's super hot everywhere. So I don't tend to send chocolate this time of year, maybe in winter time. But we will be getting together on September 17th from 9 to 12. And it'll be from my craft room to yours via a Zoom private link. Now, if you are around my area, you're welcome to come to my house. That's where we'll be crafting in my craft room. So how do you earn celebration? So if you place an order of $150 or more in product during celebration, during this time period here, you can earn a seat. And it can be multiple orders. It doesn't have to be one big $150 order. It's got to be product, so sales, if you have sales tax, shipping you will have, but that's just on product. So three $50 orders will get you three level one celebration rewards, and a 150 or 100 order can get you one of the level twos. So there's some stamp sets and paper that go nicely together. That's an option. Or 150, you can get 350s, one level one and one level two. So you can kind of mix and match your celebration items. Now, I'm sure other things are going to be selling out pretty quickly, especially some of the designer series papers. So we'll have to wait and see how it all shakes out. But to order on my website, it is here. It's, I can bring it a little bit closer. I know some of my downlines are here watching. So my demonstrator number is 2229764. But if you just go on the Stampin' Up! Website and plug in my name, I should come up. Okay, so that's celebration. Let's see. Next up is going to be my card club. So let me just bring this in here. So I run a monthly card club, and what it is you'll be making 8 cards with 4 different designs. My club members wanted to do Christmas. I guess maybe only 2 people out of everybody wanted to do traditional. So it was pretty much unanimous that we wanted to do Christmas during July. So we'll get a head start on our Christmas cards. We will be making 2 of each design, like I had mentioned, and I'll show you the cards in just a minute. And we are going to be using the Leaves of Holly stamp set and the Holly Berry dies. Now, this is on back order, you guys, but you don't have to worry about it because it's due in the week of July 25th. And most likely I will be shipping club around anywhere from the 25th to the 28th, depending on, I didn't even look what day that rolls out on the calendar. So this is what we'll be using. I do all the die cutting for you, the embossing, the cutting of all the panels, paper, all that. So this is stamp set and bundle. The paper is beautiful. Let's go over it really quickly. Let me just move my cards out of the way. Okay, Boughs of Holly Designer Series paper. True Christmas colors with your greens and reds, right? All right, so maybe I'll go this way so you can see it a little bit better. So here's one of the patterns we'll be using in the card club, Love Poinsettias. And then here's the back. So we've got kind of a pretty print on the front and some kind of coordinating background on the back side. So 2 sheets of that, 6 by 12. I cut it in half, your 12 by 12s in half. And then here's this one. This looks like birch trees. Again, some more poinsettias. Now you can fussy cut those out and make nice, sweet embellishments. We're using this one in Card Club too. And of course, I'll show you the design. Forest, lots of green, soft succulent, mossy meadow, evening evergreen, and maybe a hint. No, I was trying to see what that background is. It could be pool party, but I'm not quite sure. And then we've got a nice little background of green. So 2 sheets of the forest. This one I'm not using this side. So you can, it is directional, so you'll have to be careful how you cut it. But this is just an extra piece of designer series paper that will be in the pack. And I'm also using this poinsettia one too. I love this one because of the center of the poinsettia. It's got that greenish, it's really hard to tell. I think they use shaded spruce in that, and maybe a little hint of white. And the background there is the polka dots with a nice little background there. And this one too is really nice. I don't think it's really directional. It's just kind of a mix of all different objects, foliage. We've got some berries there. So, and then this side is like super, super bright. So if you like bright, then this will be something that you will want in your craft room. It is super bright. We've got Poppy Parade, Real Red, Evening Evergreen, shaded spruce. No, Evening Evergreen, Mossy Meadow. So it's super bright. Believe me, trust me, it's super bright. And then that one too. So you get 12 sheets of 6x6 or 6x12 paper. And then also I'm including a full bolt of the linen thread that comes in approximately 10 yards. You'll use that on your cards. And then lastly, you'll get a full package of the adhesive back seasonal sequins. And they come in various different colors there. So that is the product that you will get, plus everything to make the cards with. Now, if you don't have that bundle, you can use whatever you have in your craft room. I've tried to make Card Club as easy as possible so that you can use the supplies in your craft room, or you can purchase the bundle. All right, so here's card number 1, From Our Home to Yours. Just lots of different layers with this is cherry cobbler, which I love cherry cobbler. And then I went poinsettia to poinsettia. You could flip this over and use the other side or a different pattern. But I'll give you all the dimensions of the designer series paper that you will cut. And then we've got shaded spruce, cherry cobbler, and then another piece of designer series paper. This is 3x4, so you can maximize your paper. And then I've got a nice little background of shaded spruce and a die cut there from Our Home to Yours. Here's the linen thread kind of wrapped underneath with a bow. And then the sequins here, I used 3 of the different colors there. And then on the inside of every single card, I believe, I have done a background of the foliage. This is 4th generation ink, and I think it's Evening Evergreen. So I stamped off 3 times, and then on the 4th time, I stamped on the basic white panel. And then I did the solid color Season's Greetings in the Evening Evergreen. And then here's how I designed this one. So 1st, 2nd, and 3rd generation inking there. So you can see how it does change. This side right here looks like a soft succulent. So you'll make 2 of these, plus you'll get 2 of the basic white envelopes. Here's that tree design. I love this one. It uses the fern embossing folder. And here we've got another die cut. This is a fussy cut from, it's sold out too, I think. No, it's not. I can't remember. But anyway, I love this sweet little heart that is stamped in cherry cobbler. And then the ferns on the background go with the spruce trees as well. I see lots and lots of green, lush fern where I hike. So I had to throw that in because I'm going to be hiking in lots of spruce trees tomorrow and lots of fern. And then here's Christmas wishes on the inside. All right, so that's card number 2. You'll make 2 of those. And here's this one. It's kind of different, but I cut a shaded spruce, Poppy Parade, the designer series paper here, and you will cut it to whatever width you want, as long as you have 3 different pieces. And you can see how it is as a puzzle. You got to keep your paper together. So if I smush this down, you can see that the pattern equals is on both sides. So it continues like a puzzle. But the middle one here is popped up with Stampin' Dimensionals. And then here's a wrapped around of the linen thread, and then more sequins. And here is 2 friends near and far with a different foliage background. And then I just stamped this one simple, but you can stamp them however you want. And then here is another poinsettia card, Mossy Meadow in the background. We've got some basic white. We've got the pretty paper. And this is a die in the set. So let me just bring that one out because it's really super fun to work with, and I can kind of show it to you. So it's built like this. So when you die cut it, it goes down on your Stampin' Cut and Emboss. This fits in the mini, by the way. And then it cuts out this beautiful die. So this is loose here. And then it includes these 2 little foliage leaves here. You can die cut this in any color, and it certainly will work. So really love this die here. And here are the big foliage leaves. Like, they are super big. Okay, you can stamp and then die cut out those. But this is probably, let me get out Mark's ruler here, and I can tell you it is over 3 inches. So three, and it looks like about 3 1/4, no, a little bit more, 3 3/8. So really long piece of foliage. This would also look really good in some foil paper too, gold or copper, something like that. Also, heat embossing in gold would make this lovely as well. So the flexibility is great. Here's those, they are called, I got them right here. They come 22, or no, 30 gold holly leaves. So you'll get 2 for each card. And some of them are big, some of them are small. I'll just toss in whatever I toss in, but either large or small will look really nice. And I tied a nice big linen thread bow here, threw on some sequins. So super easy card club for you guys, because we know we want to mass produce easier cards than like lots of blending and lots of techniques, because that will take you forever. At least that's what I do. I go very simple, but very classic as well. I didn't know if I wanted to throw that cherry cobbler heart in. I did, so I might change it, put it over here. But anyway, I thought it was really cute to have that in there. And then here on the envelope, I just stamped in 4th generation ink and Christmas wishes on the top. So mixed and match all of those stamps. So it could be lots of different things. So Christmas wishes, season's greetings, and then to friends near and far, and from our home to yours. So that is my card club, and it runs $39 a month. It's recurring subscription. You can stay around for as long as you want. If you stay around consecutively for 6 months, I throw in $25 of Stampin' Up! Products in your 6th month. And then you start all over again, accumulating those consecutive months. And I have some of my customers that are on, I'm pretty sure 6 or, I know at least 6, maybe their 7th go around on free products. So add that up, you got a lot of craft goodness in your craft room. Okay, so here's a partial look at my free class based on ordering. So let's see. This is, I announced this last week, but let me just see here. I'm going to probably make all 3 of them, but I'm not quite sure. It depends on how long the video goes. But you will receive free, or excuse me, 5 cards, because I'm using the in colors. So you'll have every single in color from 22 to 24. And you're going to get everything here except for the ink, the adhesives, and the stamp set. Okay, you can use whatever you want, but I'm using Glad We're Friends. Okay, so if you order $50 to $149.99, you will receive 5 cards free. If your order is $150 or more, then I will be throwing in the 5 cards plus the, where are they? The 22-24 in color matte decorative dots. So you will get a full package of these. On the 50 to 149, you're just going to get the amount that you need, maybe with some left over. So your best bang for your buck is go for the 150, because not only do you get this, okay, this is super cool, you guys. If you place one order of 150 or more, you will get the 5 card kits. You can't see 2 of them because they're not here yet. Then you will get the matte decorative dots for free. You will also earn your seat in Celebration for my class in September, and you will also receive celebration items as well. So the only thing I ask that you do is you use my host code, which is embedded right here. It's BM34X49C. And if your order is $150 or more, do not use that host code. Just use my demonstrator number 222-9764, or you can search my name, Karen McNall, on the Stampin' Up! Website, and I should come right up. Just make sure it's me, because if you place an order with another demonstrator, then you're going to miss out on this class to go. All right, so that will be on the description box on YouTube on this video. And I'm also going to be creating a video just separately on all of this. So it will either come out tonight or at some point tomorrow night. Okay, are you guys ready to stamp? Oh, I think I am. So let's see, whatever's on the front of my box is going to be the one that we are going to be making. So it looks like we're going to make that cat. So here's my kit, and your kits will come all really nicely organized, just like my card club. Okay, so I've got your basic white envelope. We'll set over there. I've got a scrap of basic white, and then I'm using these new dies. Let me grab them. They're super cool. They are called the Fabulous Frames dies, and the item is 159163. And what it does is it kind of cuts out frames. So if you can imagine, this was all the sweet sorbet, so including the middle. Let me just go grab it for you. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, here is, let me use my envelope. So here is what it looked like, your die. And then what it does is it cuts out the frame and this nice oval piece as well. So you can use this on a different project. And on this card, I'm going to be using the frame only. And then again, I chose to do one in blue or white. White on white's not going to work, is it? So let's get some sweet sorbet. So this was together, my scrap of white, and then I die cut it. Here's the die. And then it cuts it out in two different pieces. So these are super, super fun. I'm also using this one in the class to go. And I'm not using any of the other ones. But here's a nice big like picture frame. That would look really good with a brown, like early espresso, like a true picture frame. And it also has these nice little triangles as well. I haven't used those that much. That one's got some fancy swirls on it, and then this one just has some kind of funky straight lines. And then here's your little sentiment die as well. So that is a new die set I'm using from my craft room. I don't know the price of it off the top of my head, but it's in the annual catalog. Okay, so what we need is all these little pieces. So I'm going to grab this circle, because this is what we're going to stamp the cat on. And I'm grabbing a piece of basic white and my envelope. So I didn't really design any of the envelopes, but we'll design them together. So I'm using Memento Black ink. And that's really the only ink color I'm stamping with, because I'm going to be using markers to do the rest. So we want that cat. Let's see, what do we want to call this cat? We can call this cat Fuzzy, because my cat's name is Fuzzy. So we'll talk about Fuzzy right now. She was out all last night. Like, I was nervous all night. I don't think I really spent too much time sleeping, but apparently she wanted to be out there, and I think there's another cat out there. So she doesn't like anybody coming into her space. So didn't hear any cat fights, but she slept in the house all day long today. So now she's ready to go again, right? I don't like it. I think it's when the full moon comes, she just doesn't like it or something. It just causes her to go a little crazy. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this one here. I'm gonna flip that over and try again. I need to re-ink, I think. Let it soak in there a little bit better. There we go. All right, so that is that. And then on the envelope, we can, I like this sentiment. It's really fun. So let's just stamp this one right on the front of the envelope and call it good. Okay, so now I'm going to be using my Stampin' Blends. Definitely want some scrap paper on your work surface, because it's going to bleed all the way through. So I'm just, you can see what I was practicing on, right? Okay, so I'm going to just use this pad of white paper here. the colors I used for the cat here is Poppy Parade, no, Sweet Sorbet for the crown. And then everything else is, this is black, and we've got some Smoky Slate. So I have all of my little blends. I love these little containers. I got them at, I think, Christmas Tree Shop. And I just love them. Okay, so Smoky Slate. And I think I already put that one away, so let me just grab it. It's Dark Sweet Sorbet. So that's really all we need for this one. And what I did was I just want to make sure these are right. Oh, and that's crumb cake. Hold on. All right, so we've got Dark Smoky Slate and Light. So for this one here, I outlined, oops, I don't want that side. I want this one here. So what I did was I outlined this in Dark Smoky Slate all the way around here, and especially around the ear. And just basically kind of took that chisel point all the way around that sweet little tail over here and off to the edge here. And then we do the same thing over here and then kind of up here as well. And I even did his little whiskers and his little happy face. And then just come right around here. And I'm gonna color right over those black pieces, like shading areas. Then I'm gonna take the light Smoky Slate and I'm just gonna color in the middle here. I actually want to use the blending side here because it will do a better job. So when you're using the blending, the brush tip here, you do not want to press down really hard or else you will break your tip. So it's just meant to fill in and with a light brush strokes. All right, so I'm gonna just fill in here the tail. Okay, and then I'm gonna give it one more coat. Oh shoot, I got a little ink there. I'm just gonna give it one more coat of the light. You're still gonna be able to see a difference once the ink does dry. Okay, that is Smoky Slate. Now I'm gonna throw in the dark Sweet Sorbet, and I am just going to go very lightly. If you go outside of the lines, you can use the color lifter. Okay, now you can do these little dots too if you want. All right, so that is all colored in, and see the back side here. That's what you get. So that's why you need to put your scrap paper underneath your work surface here. All right, so now we're going to punch out the sentiment. And we'll just slide this right into the punch. This is the Label Me Fancy punch. So it has this hole and a little slot there. I really have not used those. I just use the larger piece there. Okay, the next item that's new in my craft room is this embossing folder. If you have not tried the Cascading Ruffles 3D embossing folder, let me show you what it does. It's so super cool. All right, it's one of the 3Ds, so it's kind of on the thicker side. This will not go in the mini cut and emboss. It will go into the regular cut and emboss. I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not. Yeah, I think you can. Look at all the 3D. It is so, so cool. This is the debossed side, and then this is the embossed side. So debossed and embossed. This is so fun. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to add this. This is Blushing Bride, by the way. and it doesn't look like I cut this correctly. So let me just work on this. What did I do wrong? Let me just see if it's this, or I think it's the Blushing Bride. Yes, it is the Blushing Bride. So I need to make this 3 3/4 by 5. So on the fly, I am going to try, I'll trim this down really quickly and hopefully I won't. Okay, that's correct. Oh, I know, it stretched the paper just a little bit when it embossed it. So I'm going to just trim this down about 1/8 of an inch. And then this is supposed to be 5. So we'll trim it at 5 and then see where we get with this panel. I want 1/8 of an inch border all the way around, which it looks like I have right now. So let me put the trimmer away. Okay, so now what I suggest you do is use Stampin' Seal Plus or your liquid glue. And by the way, liquid glue is on low inventory. I haven't checked it at all today, so it could be on back order by now. But if you need your liquid glue, make sure you add that to your order, because then it will go on back order. And, you know, sometimes we don't know exactly when we'll get those in, but a lot of times they give us an estimation. So I would order your liquid glue, which I'm going to order tonight. All right, so now this embossing folder, it's kind of like it's got air underneath here because these are so high. So you just have to give it a little extra time to adhere. And that's why I like to use that liquid glue. So just kind of give it some love, rub it around, and see what we get. Okay, so then this panel is going to go on my thick basic white, which is 8.5 by 5.5, and I've already pre-scored it at 4. It's going to be horizontal card, or I mean portrait. Okay, you can pop that up if you want, but I'm just going to glue it right straight down to the basic white. All right, so we'll just add this around a little bit in the middle. And then we'll flip it over and add it to the thick basic white. I've been using actually thick basic white for the last like month for my card bases, and it really does make a difference. It is definitely thicker than your regular basic white. All right, so we've got this so far, right? It's pretty easy to mass produce this one too. All right, so now I've got a piece of the designer series paper. I will show that to you once I get it. It's towards the end. So I just did this one 2 inches and by 4 7/8, I believe. So it should, oh shoot, should go edge to edge, but it doesn't look like I did it edge to edge, but that's okay. We will go with the flow. I think when it stretched out, it really stretched out. So you got to be careful with the cutting, or I just made a mistake. Probably I made a mistake. I got too much on my mind right now, so. But it's my Friday, so hopefully that will clear my mind up quite a bit. All right, so this has just got 1/8 of an inch border on the left and the right side. Okay, this is the flower pattern. So very tone on tone color. And here's that kind of hint of Blushing Bride, so it looks really nice on there. Okay, so then this is just going to get layered on the embossed paper. Again, that was called Cascading Ruffles 3D. If you would like the item number, it's 159169. Okay, so then I'm going to offset this about 1/2 an inch or less. And I've got to, since it's not edge to edge, I kind of have to space it evenly and make do with what I've got there. Okay, that's it. Next is the frame. And so what I did was I glued this on here first, and I used the liquid glue. You can use the fine tip glue pen as well. But if you just go with a really thin line of multi-purpose liquid glue, it will adhere. I don't want to put too much on because then it will kind of go off to the sides. All I'm going to do is center this You can use a block to hold this down if you want. I think I've got it straight. Give it some pressure, and that way we know it's already stuck down. Now for the kitty cat Fuzzy, we are going to pop her up with some Stampin' Dimensionals. So let's add about, I think I added 3. Put one up, no, I added 4. Just to give it stability because it is an oval. Okay. And push those down really, really good. You can take your pick tool and just grab those backings off really quick. Just dig in there and grab it, and they all stay on the end of that piercing tool. Now the tricky part, it's not really tricky, but you can just put that right in the center, and it's got the dimension on it. You know what I just thought? I'm going to add some Wink of Stella to that crown. Like, the crown needs a sparkle. I didn't do that on the sample card, but I'm going to add the Wink of Stella in here. And this one too. Because this ribbon I'm using is the in color and it sparkles, so why not have the crown sparkle too? Okay, I still got to make the bow, and then this one here is going to just get set over here on Stampin' Dimensionals. You only really need 2 of them. So let me just grab 2. We'll call it good. Okay, and then add this anywhere really works well. Okay, on the inside, I don't think I stamped anything on the inside. No, I left it blank. Now we've got this little mark over here, and we've got to create a bow. So I'm going to use my 10-second bow maker, and I'm using, this is really hard. I don't know if you've made a 1/2-inch bow before, but it's tricky. So let me just grab my ribbon. Right here. So this is the Sweet Sorbet, and it's 1/8 of an inch, and it's glitter ribbon. Okay, so it's called Metallic Woven. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of measure about 2 inches off. And then I'm going to grab my paper snips and just trim that off right now. And then I go right over left, left over right. And this is where it gets really tricky because there's not a lot of room. And then slip that tail into the middle there. And then we're going to cinch it. And then I'm going to open it up a little bit, stretch it, and then the knot again. Now, a lot of you can freehand tie your bows. I'm not really that good at that, so I use my bow maker, and it looks pretty good. So, all right, so now the tricky thing is to get that adhered. You can use your liquid glue or a mini glue dot. I use the liquid glue on this one, and it seeped through. So on this one, I'm going to use the mini glue dot and see how it goes. So to do that, you need to grab a glue dot off here, preferably with your, take your pick tool, and there's Fuzzy's cat hair, of course. And I'm just going to roll this into like a little ball. I don't know if you can see that or not. And then I'm going to put it on the tip of that point. And then I'm going to take the bow, and I'm going to probably put it right in the middle there. And then push on the knot. Then you can kind of shove up that glue dot so it's not showing. Okay. Now these little tails are way too long, so we're going to trim those off. Okay. You can fray the ends of this ribbon too. You can stretch it. So see, if you stretch it, it makes a little different. Let me just show you here. See how it looks a lot different when you stretch the ribbon. You can also fray the ends. I'll show you this frayed. So you just take your pick tool and just fray the ends just a little bit. All right. Okay, next thing is, I like how that lays because it's covering up that little black smudge. Last thing is to add the embellishments. So let me grab those wherever I put them. Of course, they're right in front of me, right, you guys? I'm looking with my eyes. Oh, yep, they're right in front of me, Karen. Okay, I use the Sweet Sorbet, and you can see how they're like a matted color or muted. So I'm just going to grab 3. Doesn't matter where you want to put them, just kind of put them throughout. I will use, on this one I used 2 small and 1 large. So on here, I'm going to use 2 large and 1 little tiny one. So no, I don't want to do that. I'll just put it up here. So I've got my triangle here. Okay, so that's card number 1 in my class to go. The envelope will look like this. A friend like you comes along once in 9 lives. Okay, since I'm going to grab, I think I have one more envelope off to the side here. Leave like a bunch of envelopes in my little tray over there so I can have them wicked handy. And I'm just going to finish this card off and stamp that same sentiment on my other envelopes. And then I have an envelope for both cards. Okay, so that's card number 1. Card number 2 is going to be using Parakeet Party. All right, so let's take a look at this one. I'm using a new punch in this one. And let me grab the kit. Isn't he cute? I did some flicking with my Stampin' Blends. So I'm going to, not my Stampin' Blends, my Stampin' Write markers. And I added a little bit of Wink of Stella here to make that grass kind of sparkle. And I used the kind of muted Parakeet Party embellishments too with the ribbons. So this one, I love this one. I love that color. It's so much fun. All right, so let's grab everything that we need here. So we're going to stamp on our envelope. Let me just grab another one. I think I have, yep, I got one. So I'm going to actually stamp 2. So I have one for the other card. And this here, oh, this punch, you guys have to get this one. Hold on, I can't remember the name of it. Oh, here it is. No, that's not it either. Here it is. It is called, this is the best punch ever. Handmade Tag Punch. As you can see, I just took it out of the bag last night at my team meeting. The item number 159690. And you can create a diamond kind of pattern, or you can do the square. So it gives you lots of options. So I'm going to just show you how I punched this out here just to show you. So see, it's a diamond shape kind of in here, but you can turn it to a square. Super fun. This is going to be great for craft fairs. I'm telling you, you're going to want this punch. I would get it before it goes on back order, because I'm sure it will be going on back order eventually. Okay, so we have everything we need to stamp. We've got a scrap for a little circle there. Sorry, I just kind of lost my train of thought. All right, we're going to stamp that guinea. So we've got that little, that one needs a name too. So if you want to name this, somebody name this one. He's right there. So I'm just going to take my Memento Black, ink up that stamp, and I am going to try to get him in the middle. So cute. Look at that. Look at his little hands. See his little hands? So cute. And his little feet. All right. So that is stamped. Then actually we need the black for the sentiment here. And it's a really small one. It's on an A block. I'll stamp that right over here on that scrap. And then for the envelope, I'm just going to do the sentiment. And on this one, since it's such a small object, let's add him here. Okay, so we're going to color these in, and then we will assemble the card together. All right, so for this one, I used soft suede. Just making sure. Yes, dark and light soft suede. And I also use the Parakeet Party. And I did use the Stampin' Write marker Parakeet Party. So we're going to outline pretty much the whole entire object here in dark. The only part that I'm not going to color in dark is this area here, as you can see on the example up at the top here. Now I'm coloring on a basic white envelope, so I am not pressing down hard because I don't want that ink to seep all the way through. You know what? This is not right. I don't know. Well, this one's going to be dark. I didn't use the dark. I can see it right now. It's too dark, but he's going to be, on the envelope, he's going to be dark. Because it kind of looks like a dog. Okay. Oh, I think I'm back. Crazy. Hold on. I think I'm back. Let me know if you see my hands here. Like, I have no idea what is going on because I am the only one in this house. Like, how is it hogging up all the broadband? I have no clue. So stupid. I'm signing out of everything that I have, and it's still not even, it's still blurry. But it's super blurry on my side, and it must be blurry on your side. Just a little? Mine's a lot, and I have no clue why. Let me just move a little bit closer and see if my phone will work correctly. Yeah, it's super fuzzy. Okay, well, this isn't going to make any sense because you're not going to be able to see anything. So I think what I'll do is I will sign off, and my apologies on this. I will create this in a separate video so you can see all 5 card designs, and then you can decide if you want to place an order. I hope you do, and take advantage of all those things I'd offer or mentioned before. I will have it in the description box. I am not going to save this and post this YouTube live on my channel because it's like a hot mess and I don't like that. So stay tuned for my video that's coming up, and it will be either posted tonight or sometime tomorrow. Sorry about that. You guys have a great evening.